have you ever scrolled down an Amazon book listing and seen these extra images or banners or little story previews? And you've wondered, how did that author get that extra information on their listing? Or maybe you're looking for more ways to market your picture book, more ways to support the sales of your picture book. Then you want to know what A+ content is for Kindle Direct Publishing Amazon authors. Today, I'm going to explain what A+ content is, what it does for your book, and how you can safely create it for your Kindle Direct Publishing. In another video at a later date, I'm going to be showing screen shares on how I personally created my A+ content using Canva and or Photoshop. You're going to get to see the screen shares so you can get some practical tools on how to create the A+ content for your publishing. But in today's video, I just want to tell you all about it so that you know what it is and how you can effectively use A+ content. So let's jump right in. First of all, what is A+ content? Where do you find it? How do you make this stuff? A+ content is a special area inside Kindle Direct Publishing that lets authors add extra visuals to their Amazon book listing. Think of it as your book's mini marketing page, an opportunity to tell more of your story through banners, spreads, or character features. Amazon gives you a set of modules that you can fill in, kind of like little templates. You can put in text, image blocks, comparison tables, that type of thing. Oh, and these would appear below your book's description on the product page, but you can also do a bit of a workaround and create your own if you prefer to sort of do your own layouts, which is what I opted to do. And I'll be showing that process in a future video. A+ content is free to use, but you do need to upload carefully and follow Amazon's rules and guidelines, which I'm going to share with you some top 3 that I chose as being pretty important to know right up front. But first, let me tell you why A+ content is really worth doing. Okay, so first, as a disclaimer, it took me a long time to get around to creating A+ content for my own listings. As you know, if you've followed my journey here on the Picture Book Creators channel for some time, I have been growing into my Kindle Direct Publishing, indie publishing part of my career for a little while now. I'm on my 3rd publication through Kindle Direct Publishing on Amazon. And as you know, there is a lot of work involved in creating picture books. I am the writer and the illustrator of my books, and I am also the chief marketing director of my picture books. And there's a lot on my plate, as well as running this channel here and mentoring picture book creators. So yes, I do a lot. And I just found that A+ content was one of those things that was on my to-do list, but kept falling to the bottom of my to-do list in terms of marketing. And on this recent launch of a new picture book, my picture book called Let's Sourdough, I decided that I wanted to bump a few priorities up the list for this launch. And so I did my A+ content before I even spread the word that my book was available. And I'm so glad I did it, and I found it worth it, because A+ content can help you make your book and your listing stand out. And it does this by building a stronger visual, a more creative visual than the average listing. And it builds a connection with your audience. So once I made up my mind and I actually began to create my content, which I did in Canva, and I'll show you how eventually here, just stay tuned for the more videos, I found myself connecting because I was relaying more of like what I really wanted them to know about my book through the A+ content. It's a way for you to highlight the heart and the story behind your book, and it helps to increase your conversion rates, which means hopefully more browsers become buyers. So if you're serious about selling your picture book, A+ content is a must-try marketing feature, even if it takes you a while to get around to it, like it took me a while. But But now I'm going to make it priority. Every time I release a picture book, I'm going to have that A+ content done up front because I found that it has made my listing stand out so much more. Since I'm fairly new at my A+ content journey, I have been learning, and I learned that you need to submit your A+ content and get approved in every single individual marketplace that you submit to, and that there are some pretty stringent rules that you need to follow. You can find all of those rules on the Amazon's full A+ content policies that I encourage you to read thoroughly before you create and submit your own A+ content. But I've grabbed 3 that I felt like were pretty important to say in this video. By no means do they create the full policy. It's just 3 that I thought that I wanted to share with you. MJ's first spotlight rule: do not include customer reviews or testimonials. Even if a template looks like the perfect place to put a quote, do not add any customer feedback into your A+ content. MJ's second spotlight rule: keep everything honest and non-promotional. Avoid phrases like bestseller, award-winning, #1, or anything that sounds like advertising. Also, avoid misleading text overlays. MJ's third spotlight rule: do not include URLs or links to any other websites. You cannot direct people to your own site, your social media, or your other books. A+ content must focus only on that one product. Again, this isn't a full list of the rules. It's just a few ways to keep you safe and help you to get approved. And always check Amazon's A+ content guidelines before doing your own submission. But I can tell you that the content that I created for my recent children's publication, Let's Sourdough, a wholesome story from jar to loaf, did get approved in both the Canadian and American marketplace, which are the 2 marketplaces that I have submitted to, and that it went well. And I very carefully followed the policies and created the content in Canva and then submitted, and it was approved. So I feel like I got a little bit of a grasp, and I was able to go through the submission process successfully. So now you're thinking, how did you do the submission process? Like, what is that all about? You're going to design your images. And you're either going to design them through the templates they provide or through Canva or Photoshop, and then upload them into the A+ content area. And then you are going to assign your ASIN, which we can talk about in another video, but your ASIN is the number that Amazon gives your listing. You're going to assign that listing to a series of A+ content. And you're through that KDP dashboard under the A+ Content Manager, you're going to choose a marketplace and click on the module that you want to get approved, and you're going to submit for approval. If you're approved, the A+ content quietly goes onto your listings page. If you're not approved, KDP, Amazon, says that they would email you with the error or the problem. I did not have that happen to me because I did get approved, so I don't know what that would look like, but that is what a little banner comes up when you submit that says we take about 72 hours to approve, and if you're approved, it goes onto your page, and if you don't, you'll receive an email. So that's what it currently says. This video might live years into the future, and the process with KDP and Amazon, A+ content might change in the future, but for now, that's how it went for my process. Once it's approved, it appears there on your book listing, and that's where it has potential to convert shoppers into buyers and to really support your book, giving a little bit more of like the authentic you. It says, it's interesting because it says from the publisher above the A+ content. And so it really does help to make it personal because the publisher is you. So in my next video, I'll show you how I created my A+ content, like the practical skills involved in putting it together, why I chose the images that I did, how I creatively chose the text overlays that I did that were approved and are good to use. And I'll also show you how the Amazon built-in modules, the templates, could work if you chose to use A+ content that way. So In closing, I just want to say that A+ content has been one of the easiest ways to make my Amazon listing stand out, be professional, and ready for readers to fall in love with my book from a way that I want to show them. It really makes your listing shine. So consider learning more and getting yourself making those A+ content segments for your listing. If you've enjoyed this video, do all the things that YouTube loves, subscribe to the channel to journey in picture book creation with me, hit the bell so you never miss a video, give me a thumbs up, and share in the comments where you are at in your picture book creation journey. I would love to get to know you. Remember that I do one-to-one mentoring and I offer lots of downloadable printable resources for picture book creators like you. Until next time, happy creating.